Happening YouTube, you back in the building. Lamont and his wife, we're doing Power episode 10, the one right before the break. And I know a lot of y'all are very upset. Some of y'all claiming y'all about to cancel your stars application. You're gonna quit watching Power, but we know y'all lying. If you're finding me for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notifications so when I drop videos, you get them. If you are a cord cutter, you wanna get some free streams from now to the end of the year, check the first link in the video description. And you can still get this Power t-shirt. If you haven't got one for free, check my video description link. So you know how we're gonna do this review, honey?
How we gonna do it?
We're gonna do this, the top 10 what the F moments of Power, episode 10, going into the break. What do you think I got as my number 10 what the F moment?
I don't know.
Take a wild guess.
There was a lot of them.
That damn conflicted AUSA office. You've got Cooper Saxe, who has constructed a way to try to get Ghost, which has catapulted this into ruining that office from Warrant all the way down to Rodriguez. Now she's corrupt, doing stuff, getting after Dre. What did you think about that whole office?
I agree. It's the most dysfunctional office I've ever seen.
It's nuts.
And Rodriguez isn't even a part of the office, but somehow she got her hand in there doing some crazy stuff too.
Because they made her the leader of some new task force they started.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got on my nerves this episode. Sorry. She used to just be okay with me, but now just watching how dirty she's become, yeah, I'm ready for her to take a fall too. And
one thing that I'll note that's not a WTF, but did y'all see how Ghost was just flexing his muscles with everybody, telling everybody, you need me. I'm the reason for your very existence. Ghost was doing that a lot, and let's hope that that won't cause him too much troubles. My number 9 what the F moment. Ramona and Ghost finally kissed after Ghost was able to secure a new place for the QCP, which saved Ramona's job and saved his bid for lieutenant governor. How did you feel about him finally getting ready to put his lips on Ramona's lips?
Oh, goodness.
You thought I was going to say something crazy.
Thank you for not. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
I mean, we all saw it coming. We knew eventually it was going to happen. I'm glad that that's where it ended. It made it a little bit more realistic, where they just kissed and, you know, kind of called it a day. Right.
That was all you felt about that?
Yeah, I mean, we saw it coming. You know what? And so this also shows that Ghost has finally announced or admitted to himself and is announcing to other people that this is going to be his new love interest, basically. And so you see him now moving forward.
Moving beyond Angela.
He wants to move forward.
Right.
And Angela, in his dream or whatever he's having, his visions, has given him permission to do so. Go forward into your new life, leave your past behind, and be the Ghost that I knew you to be when you were younger. The Ghost that you want
businessman Ghost, not the drug dealing Ghost.
Exactly.
And she wants him to keep the drug dealing stuff secret from Ramona as he goes forward with Ramona.
Right.
Yep. Number 8, what the F moment. Ghost reveals that he actually lived with Tommy Egan after the issues with his dad when he went to his uncle to buy the uncle's building. This was Uncle Gabe, who some of y'all might remember as Colonel Taylor on A Different World, is Ghost's uncle, and he buys that new spot for the QCP. How did you think that played out? What was the significance of that scene?
This gave us our first glimpse into Ghost, his history and his past. I love seeing Colonel Taylor. What was his real name in this
Gabe, Uncle
Gabe. I love seeing him. I got nostalgia from A Different World. So it just gave us a peek into his past. We didn't know what happened to his father, so they basically revealed that when he was younger, his father and his uncle were being kind of squeezed by the drug dealers. And so the uncle wanted to pay off the drug dealers. His father didn't want to give in, and so it sounds like his father was working with the police, you know, with the to kind of not have to pay off the drug dealers. And eventually the father got killed. And so that kind of tells you how Ghost, his interaction with drug dealers in the past, he went off to live with Tommy, and somehow they ended up getting back into the game. But it lets me know that maybe that's the reason why he's trying to get out of the game. He sees that that's not in his nature. He did it to survive, and that's why throughout this whole series, he's been trying to get out from day one.
And he even saw the ghost of Kanan and just basically told Kanan, look, I could have went to business school. I didn't need to be in the game. It was never what I really wanted to do. I wanted to get out of this thing. And even if I would have never been a drug dealer, I could have went to business school. So it just lets you know that the man was going to be a businessman one way or the other one. And I thought it was significant because one time Tommy's mom had said, I raised Ghost like he was my own. Which now this tells you why she felt that way, why she feels like Ghost is also her son.
It also makes you want to know a little bit more, so definitely dig deeper into his past. So you know that he was running around with Angela when he was younger. Somehow she ended up leaving the picture, and when did Tasha come along?
That'd be good to know. So maybe this is kind of a bounce into what they're going to let us know in the spinoffs, because one of them is supposed to be a prequel. So maybe they're going to fill in some of these gaps. On those stories.
The question is, did Tasha meet Ghost when he was clean Ghost and had all these aspirations before he got into the drug game? Or does Tasha only know Ghost as the drug dealer Ghost?
Exactly. Yeah. Number 7, what the F moment. Rodriguez gets a sneak peek warrant, which basically means you go in and you look, but you can't take nothing because you ain't really supposed to have permission to do it in the first damn place.
Does that exist?
I don't know, but it exists on Power, so we gotta roll with it.
I've never heard
So
of
she
it
gets
before.
a sneak peek warrant. She goes in there. She actually takes the damn phone, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to find out the phone belongs to Terry Silver. But one question that a lot of you people was asking was, why does Ghost not have cameras in his house? Well, for one, this is not his house. It's a hotel. But hotels do have cameras in the lobby, and it just makes you wonder, will Ghost ever find out what happened? Because if he gets that hotel camera, he can see Dre put the phone in there.
Lobby's hallways.
And he can see that they came in there, and eventually when it comes out about this phone, because I think it will, he can have a case against them because they shouldn't have took the phone. Anything significant about the sneak and peek?
Again, I've never heard of anything called a sneak and peek, and I've watched a lot of crime and law shows,
Yes,
but I
you
guess
have.
that doesn't mean that I would know, but I've never heard of it before. And it shows you that she's getting her hands dirty. She tries
dirty.
to separate herself from Cooper Sacks, but she's doing a lot of underhanded things.
She dirty.
That's just what it highlights.
Yeah, she's dirty as hell. Now that whole entire AUSA office is in bed to get James at this point, because they did have a clip where Tamika came in as Cooper Sacks' lawyer and basically told Warren, you in too deep now. You might as well use the phone that you guys have now in your possession to try to get Ghost, because it's going to be a better story if you catch Ghost, who could be a kingpin, or if you throw Cooper Sacks, who's a nobody AUSA, under the bus. Simple as that.
And Warren did make a comment that, what did he tell her? He said, you're starting to sound like Cooper Sacks, and that's not a compliment.
He was talking to Rodriguez.
So she's transforming into, being just as dirty, but we learn later on in the show that Warren is just as dirty as well.
Yeah, he's dirty too.
He's drinking the Kool-Aid too.
He's dirty too. The number 6, what the F moment. Tommy and Ghost meet up on the balcony, and we see them talking to each other, and this is where Ghost says, I don't need you no more, I'm leaving. And what'd you say they do, honey?
They're having their lover's quarrel again.
Brothers quarrel.
Lover's quarrel.
Brothers quarrel.
And Kanan would always clown them about that. Like, y'all are always arguing, bickering back and forth.
Like little bitches. That's what Kanan would say.
Yeah.
Even though you don't want to say it. Yeah.
So that's what Kanan said in the past, and that's exactly what happened. Ghost said, I'm going to leave you. Tommy said, no, you not.
And then he whipped out a gun. Then he whips out a gun on Ghost.
You not going to leave. Yeah, that's some whole domestic, yeah.
And when he whips out the gun on Ghost, someone starts shooting at both of them. And Ghost realizes it's 2 people shooting from the building above them. So they kind of look like they're reuniting to help each other out. But what was the funny thing about that whole scene, we wind up seeing one person dead, and it winds up being Will Robertson, who was tailing Ghost this whole entire episode. That's who you kept seeing in the car tailing Ghost. But Ghost said it was 2 people. One person is dead, the other shooter is gone, and what the hell happened to Tommy?
He just dipped. I don't know. He ain't call, say I'm okay. He ain't call, check on Ghost and say, are you okay? He just disappeared.
Tommy
which is odd and,
Tommy just disappeared into the wild blue yonder, which makes you wonder, was Tommy with the other shooter? Did Tommy take the other shooter out?
Did he run chasing after the other shooter and you just ain't hear about it because he was off still hunting him down? I don't know.
That they just left that one open-ended. I'm sure for a reason that we might find out later on. We'll just have to see. The number 5 what the F moment. Dre pops up at Truth with Tariq. Your favorite character, Tariq.
No, it ain't.
I'm just playing.
I would have accepted Dre more than Tariq.
Okay. Tariq says he ain't have no choice but to bring Dre because Dre got too much dirt on him. So now Tariq feel like he being controlled by Dre. Dre gets in that office and he tells Ghost, I demand money from you. You're gonna give it to me. You're not gonna shoot me in front of your son. What you gonna do? And then Ghost, that's when Ghost went real G on him, that we all know who Ghost is. What did you think was significant of that scene?
It's just highlighting how all of these people can't stand Ghost.
Right.
Yet they still need him.
True.
And that's exactly what Ghost said. You can't stand me, but you still need me. You're still in my face asking me for stuff. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and help you. He said it a little dirtier than that. How did he say it? He said, I'm going to still help you.
He said, I'm going to still help you, nigga.
No, he called him a B, like the B-U-R or something he said.
Whatever he said.
Anyways, he said it real grimy and it stung. It stung him.
Yeah. Dre, look on Dre's face was one of upset.
Yeah.
But then you fast forward through all that, he really wasn't helping Dre with the $250,000. He was really setting Dre up. Ghost calls his man at the security place, tells him to send the tape to the police, and then in the trailer when we saw Ghost looking at the police running up somewhere, they ran up to get Dre. Now Dre ass is back in jail. But the other WTF to go along with that was Ghost wound up meeting Vincent and tells Vincent he'll do him a gubernatorial favor if he can get him a phone in jail. That phone goes in jail to 2-Bit. They never said what the conversation was between Ghost and 2-Bit. We only assume he wanted 2-Bit to take out Ghost. And did you see how Ghost said, take out Dre. And did you see how Ghost said, you still got my watch, nigga?
I'm telling you, Ghost gonna get that watch back one way or another.
How he gonna get
getting his watch back. We'll see. He getting his watch back.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that.
But yeah.
They didn't tell you what was going on in that conversation, which leads you to wonder.
Yeah, it makes you believe that Ghost is not so. Yeah, Ghost is not only trying to take Dre out, in terms of getting him locked up. He want to finish the deal, I think, by getting him killed while he's in jail. And I got that impression because when Dre later on was talking to Rodriguez, he was saying they're trying to kill me in here.
Right.
And so the only people you can think of that's in jail that's trying to kill him is 2-Bit and Spanky.
Yeah.
And did they reveal that they knew who had them locked up? So when Dre first called, 2-Bit said,
you mean when Ghost
called 2-Bit, he said, no, that was your boy that got
Talking about Tommy.
I don't know if they were referring to Tommy or if they were referring to Dre.
No, they was talking about Tommy. They was talking about Tommy in that situation. So they was definitely talking about Tommy in that situation. So it let you know that 2-Bit and them got heat for Tommy too. So we'll just have to see how they play that out in the next 5 episodes. We're at number 4. Ghost and Tasha meet at Reina's gravesite. And this is the scene where Ghost drops on Tasha that he's leaving her, he's moving on with Ramona. Tasha says, I come to this grave every day because Ghost wanted to know why was she showing up in the first place. And during that exchange at the end, Tasha looks like she's a little remorseful, like she's thinking about, I'm actually going to lose Ghost. What do you think about that WF moment?
It needed to happen. Tasha doesn't want to be in a relationship anyway. But I think she doesn't want to lose the money bags and the power and the status. Right. So I think that's one of the only reasons she's really holding on. Granted, he is her husband and the father of her kids, so she probably does have some emotional attachment to him. But if we go by what she says, she doesn't want to be with Ghost anyway, so it shouldn't matter.
Right.
The part that irritated me a little bit, even though I want Ghost to move on and want them to go their separate ways, when Ghost was saying, I release you from this marriage.
Yeah, he released her. He releases her ass from that marriage.
He said, now,
you can go.
Now, but then he also did it in a way that now that I have somebody else and I'm moving on, I release you from this marriage.
Yeah, I unanchor you.
Oh, whatever.
You have said on this video several times that Ghost was the benefit to everybody.
He is, but he could have said a little
For what?
That was a little, a bit much.
And
if we're saying Ghost is a bit of a politician, you want to kind of break up in a way where you can use somebody later on if you need them.
He's gonna be able to use her because she's his baby mama. It ain't.
I don't know. The way he said it was just,
ain't no need in sweet talking. Then we later find out that Ghost knows that she's the one that killed Keisha.
Right.
Because he sent her over there. We was all trying to figure out how did she find the address and all that. He sent her over there. He realizes that she did it. And then she goes and starts blabbing off about, you better watch your back because I know you killed Terry Silver. So when you add up him having all that in his mind in that moment, that's why he treating her like that. Yeah, you got to treat her like that. I'm going to release you after you try to throw me under the bus. The number 3, what the F moment. Ghost throughout this whole entire episode, he's seeing all these ghosts of people that were surrounding him that have died. He saw Angela, who gave him permission to move on with Ramona. He saw his daughter, who said, look, Reek need to pay for what he did. You need to tell the police on Reek, basically. She gave him permission to finally make Reek man up because he's acting like a man with Ghost's grand plan that can save everybody in the family, including Reek, by letting him do his little time or whatever they're gonna do, because all he gotta do is say, look, I was trying to save my sister. What was I supposed to do? Then he lastly sees the ghost of Kanan, who tries to berate Ghost by saying, you treated your son horrible, all this and that, and then Ghost slaps him down by saying, I treated him as good as I treated your son that you killed. Nickel.
Okay, did he say nigga?
He said something like that.
Okay.
What did you think was significance of Ghost seeing these ghosts?
Ordinarily I would think it's corny to have all these kind of ghosts from the past come up and you're having conversations with things, but it actually worked for me in this episode, because it came to a resolution on a lot of parts. One was Ghost being able to move on with Ramona. I think the biggest or the most important one, it was great seeing kind of Reina back and giving her perspective on the situation.
And did you notice Reina had on the same outfit she died in?
Yeah, she had on the same outfit. So the things that she said that was, I thought, profound and important. One was, again, when he asked her, should we make Tariq accountable or whatever, and she basically said, I had to pay for my mistakes, and why shouldn't he have to pay for his? Right. I don't know. I enjoy watching that exchange between the two of them.
Right. I just think seeing the Ghost highlights that Ghost is trying to turn the corner from all the demons that have been trying to hold him back. Yeah. That's what that WF moment was for me. Yeah. And he's almost there. He's almost there. And Reina was a big blanket on his psyche. And now that I think that he feels like Reina has freed him up and Angela too has freed him up, I think he's ready to move forward. The
other big statement that she made was holding Ghost accountable for his actions as he was raising him as well.
She did do that.
She said that, you taught us to lie.
Exactly.
You and my mama taught us to lie. Right. And so I think, throughout the series, people have been telling him, or at least Tasha had been telling him, that you keep blaming me. You're not taking responsibility for your part in this. By her saying that to him, that really made him stop and think. He actually sat down on the floor and thought about it after she said that to him. And now I think he's at least trying to understand his role in the whole situation.
Gotcha. Number 2, what the F moment. Everybody is asking Ghost for help and blaming Ghost for the ills in their family, not recognizing that Ghost is the reason they all have benefited. Those people on that list, Tariq is number 1 we're going to talk about, Tommy, Dre, and Tasha. Let's start with Tariq. They got this new plan that could help Ghost with his gubernatorial run. Basically let Tariq go and say he did the Ray thing and he's got the story fixed. Plus, you know that lieutenant governors can get people off. And what does Tariq say? This is from the trailer. You lied to me. You said you would take the fall. You lied to my face. That was your boy Tariq.
That is not my boy.
Now talk about this little punk ass Tariq.
I mean, he got some nerve. I mean, show after show he said, Ghost, you ain't my daddy, you ain't nothing. And now all of a sudden he realized that they found his blood at the crime scene. Now he coming back running a Ghost saying, oh, are you gonna keep your promise to me? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I don't exist to you.
Right.
You said I'm nothing. I'm not your daddy. Daddies help save their son. I'm not your daddy.
Not to mention he brings Dre to truth, and he know that that's a known family enemy. And then in the end, up there going to try to buck on Ghost. And I was glad that Ghost stood his ground finally, because it was always funny to me that he would let Reek just run all over him. I've never really liked that about Ghost. Ghost is a G. Yeah. But he stood his ground this time, and he was like, son, you're going to do this. And Tariq walked out like, whatever.
I mean, but you can't, the thing is, could Ghost have explained that a little differently to get them to understand? Because Tasha is thinking irrational. Tariq wants to be this big guy to save his mama and all this other stuff. So if he doesn't realize that him kind of getting a slap on the wrist by taking the fall for it, in the long run
still
would save his mother.
Right.
Yeah.
It still sets him up to be in a good position.
Yeah.
But why would Tariq understand that when he ain't never try to hear anything his daddy's trying to say to him? I mean, he's got stupid blinders on. If anything, Tasha should have made it more clear to her son that this is the best plan.
But Tasha really ain't feeling it either, though. She running off to...
But she agreed to it. Even though she agreed to it. Even though she ain't feeling it, she agreed to this would be the best move. She's the one that sent Tariq to meet with Ghost.
What did she... That's why I wonder, what did she say to Tariq to get him to finally show up?
Well, that's what I'm saying. She should have made it more clear. She didn't make it any more clear than what she did.
I still don't think she fell for it. She left out that place hot.
Hey, I don't care how she left. I don't care how she left. She know this was the best plan to save everybody. And like I said, that was my number 2. What the F? Everybody blaming Ghost when Ghost has benefited everybody. Yeah. All them people we named.
Just Tariq got his nerves showing up asking for daddy.
Exactly.
He ain't got no
little
daddy.
Punk ass. And the number 1 what the F moment, and we do have 2 bonuses after this. Who shot Ghost? They showed us all those eyeballs in the trailer that they dropped this week. And we was wondering why they showing all these eyeballs. I personally said it was because everybody is focusing in on Ghost. That's what I said. So I got that right. For y'all that like to discredit me, credit me on that one. But they showed that because somebody of all them people shot Ghost. So the question is, which one shot Ghost? That's the question.
And I'm still... I'm mad at Ghost for leaving himself out in the open like that. What kind of nightclub?
Well, the owner got to close it down.
Whatever. And then you standing there in the middle of the nightclub But you know what? On that level where anybody can take a shot. That's just dangerous.
There are times when the owner want to be alone in his business. Because I've done that at the daycare.
Yeah.
I've been plenty of nights I left the daycare at 9 o'clock.
But you're not a drug dealer and got people knowing you got the world coming after you.
That's true.
Standing out in the open like that.
That's true. That's definitely true.
I mean, it's a nice view, but it's dangerous.
Right, right.
I mean, but, and I still have to think about it in terms of, like, who actually shot.
Right.
I mean, Cooper Sacks is on the list.
Who was the most motivated in that moment to go kill Ghost? I think Cooper Sacks.
Potentially Dre.
But why would Dre go and kill him for? Because if Dre go kill him, he's not going to have his support from the AUSA office no more because they're not going to need him. He can't go kill Ghost because if he does that, they're not going to need him. His ass is going back to jail for killing Jason Minnick. So I eliminate him. A lot of people are thinking that Tasha might have sent her boy Toy Quentin. Or Quentin would have just showed up anyway because this was for the gubernatorial announcement and just done it, and eventually it'll come out and say he done it on behalf of Tasha. So it could be that none of those people they showed did it.
That would be an interesting spin.
Right.
Yeah, but so if it was one of the people that they showed, who do you think did it?
I would say Cooper Sacks. I would say Cooper Sacks is the one who's the most motivated, has the least amount to lose from the whole situation. So that will lead me into my bonus question.
Tommy wasn't. Oh, I'm sorry, still on it. So Tommy wasn't walking in looking mad.
Nah, I don't think it's.
So
Tommy.
I don't think it's Tommy.
No, I don't think it's Tommy or Tasha or Dre. Which will only leave Paz, Tate, and Cooper Sacks. That's the only ones you got. So we'll have to see. So that leads to the bonus question: is Ghost dead?
I don't think so. For some reason, I watched this whole thing unravel, and I'm just looking with no emotion at all because I don't believe he's gonna die from it.
Okay, so let's say that he doesn't die. How about they pull that same bullshit they pulled with Angela? The next episode, he's rushed to the hospital, or somebody shows up at Truth, gets into the hospital, and then within that episode, he's dead.
I have to see it to believe it.
Oh,
I still don't think he died. He's going to die. I was not nervous whatsoever. Are
y'all gonna cancel y'all subscriptions?
Y'all might throw it in my face later, but I have no worries, whatever. I don't think he's gonna die.
I hope he ain't dead either, man, because this episode I love this episode because it was all about ghosts. This was all about ghosts. It wasn't a lot of killing. You had one death and it wasn't a major death because we don't know if Ghost is dead or not. And the story just revolved around everything that Ghost has been building up to, and I was thoroughly entertained.
It didn't have the shock value that I think they intended it for it to have.
Well,
I mean, because we thought Ghost was a potential, but I still don't think he's going to die. I don't know.
I'm fine with it. As long as it ain't that punk ass Reek that shot him, I'm good with it. Final bonus question, and this is about Tate. If you notice in the episode, the FBI came to Tate and basically coerced him. They did 2 coercions this episode. They coerced Dre and they coerced Tate. Rodriguez got her hands dirty coercing Dre, and Sachs got his hands dirty again coercing Tate. Was Tate gonna actually tell Ghost the truth before Ghost was rubbing it into him when he came to Truth to meet him?
Tell Ghost the truth about
that the AUSA office was coming after him. Yeah, after Silver. Do you think he was gonna do it?
I mean, I think he was until Ghost cut him off.
Okay.
But then the other thing is Tate was also saying, I meant to tell you something about Tariq as well.
Right.
But Ghost, cut him off with that too.
Flexing his muscles.
So I'm wondering what was he going to warn him about or tell him about Tariq that was so important.
Exactly. So ladies and gentlemen, those are our top What the F moments from Power Season 6 Episode 10. Leave us all your comments on what are your What the F moments. Y'all can count on me to be delivering y'all videos from now to January 5th when it comes back on. Just dropping you theories about each one of the things they have left us with so that you guys can stay fresh and ready to go. Anything you like to say in closing?
It's going to be a long, 2 months?
It ain't going to be long.
December?
Yep, yeah. January the 5th. And I'll just say, I'm sorry, Larry, you ain't get to see Ghost and Ramona smash. You just got to wait. Maybe they'll let her get on top of him right before he kicked the bucket in the hospital.
We almost made it through the video. Come on.
That's going to do it for the video. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. I was very tame this episode, much to her chagrin.
Thank you.
And until that next sexy as hell video, we'll see you.